I'm going to kind of pull a little bit from healthcare.
Okay.
So that's my background. And this kind of goes into the budget as well. Sometimes morale's not the best because of the economic conditions and the budget and everything's going on. In healthcare, hospitals and especially nursing has a designation called magnet status. And hospitals that try to get this, basically what it is when they get this designation, it means that they've created such an environment that is conducive to attracting the best of the best and retaining them.
Right.
What do you see, or is there anything that you can see us doing that's going to, given the conditions the way they are, that's going to attract the best of the best and retain them?
In other words, why would you want to work there if you're not going to get paid as much as you would in private industry? And that's not applicable only to healthcare, but I like your example. That is a tough one. And I know that we have lost, particularly in healthcare, faculty and administrators who have moved on to more lucrative positions. I think it's imbuing in the folks, providing the leadership to imbue in these people the utmost importance of what we're doing and how critical what we do is to not only the future of the students, but the future of our community and of our state, and even on a broader base. Won't call it religious zeal, of course. We're a secular institution. We can't have church and state. But somebody who really believes in that, and I know, actually, that's not going to be the complete answer, but on the practical part of it, how can we structure that job, that position, where it better meets the needs of that individual person? If it's, working half a day from home or whatever it might be, we just need to be willing to consider anything that we can do, within the parameters, of course, but anything we can do to make working here something that they see as their life's work. Nobody in here is doing it for the money, I can assure you. So there's something else that's keeping you here. Something else draws you to the mission of this school. Hayden.
You mentioned student exchange program.
Yeah.
Can you see a role for global partnerships in a community college setting?
I think
because there's a considerable number here that talked about those type partnerships over the years and have looked into.
I think, to a great degree, and maybe some things that have been developed since I've been gone, Dennis, but we have our sister school in Mexico. I remember Tanya and I, who else went with us to Charlotte that morning at the break of dawn?
I went to the Cisco Academy.
The Cisco Academy to talk with Jana, and she was in South Africa. Exactly. So, yes, we're a community college. Community is our middle name, and I will never, ever lose sight of our responsibility to ensure that we're meeting the educational needs of our community. But community is broader than just county lines, as we well know. That we have students abroad now, do we not? Sure we do. Yeah, online students. So I think that's anytime, again, if we can expose our students to those types of opportunities through internships or whatever it might be, to get that student out of their comfort zone and out of the velvet rut that they live in here in Stanley County. And let's get them exposed to new ideas and diverse ways of doing and considering things. Yes, absolutely.
I'll ask the question that's on everybody's mind. If you get the job, what do you want us to call you? Be careful how you answer, because Dr. Taylor wound up being the Grand Poo Boss.
Oh, really? I was going to say for dinner, but I'm Russ. That's me. Just, I can think of some things I don't want you to call me, at least not to my face, Mark.
How do you feel you're prepared to deal with the legislative and bureaucratic morass that is Raleigh?
Yeah, who is, I guess, Lee. Obviously, I have 2 degrees in history, so I have an affinity, if you will, for the political process. I do have relationships with all of the folks in the state, of Dr. Rawls and the others. I have not had the opportunity to work closely with Representative Burr yet. So but I know Bill Purcell pretty well. I've known Dr. Purcell. My son-in-law did an internship for him back in the day through NC State, so I know Bill. But I feel like I have the skills to build those relationships where they need to be enhanced and to continue those that are already there. You know me, I like to talk, so yeah.
What's
Yeah.
your greatest strength and your weakness?
I think I'll start with the weakness first. I'm probably a little too humble. That's other than my great humility, I'm perfect, pretty much. Obviously, if it's a weakness, then it is. But I don't have the scope of experience and the depth of knowledge that each of you has in your area of operation. And to be frank, I don't want to. That's why you've been hired to do your job, and that's why you're good at it. I don't think anybody wants a micromanager as president. If that's what you want, then you don't want me. Robin, I think that the strengths I have are legion. I mean, there's innumerable. I could not begin to list them all. But I do have experience in the community college system. I do have experience at this community college. Have worked in all of the areas except the business office. Becky wouldn't let me do that. Wouldn't let me anywhere near the money. So I do have a very short learning curve, if you will, on what you're doing. I don't know the details of what you do, but I do know what you're trying to accomplish. And I do know that you do a good job at it. What I would ask, when we're talking, if I ask you questions about what you're doing, what I want you to realize is I'm not being critical. I want to know because I want to learn more about what you're doing. Because by doing that, I can better support and advocate for you. So don't think when I sit down, why are we doing it this way, Tony? Don't backhand me and tell me to get out of your office. But I would think that a strength that I would have would be my experience, both here in the institution and within the community and within, throughout the state system, where I can be a forceful and positive advocate for what we're trying to do here.
We've talked about tiered funding and
Right.
so forth, and I'd like to know how you see, I think this will definitely have an impact on the future of Con Ed, but